Hello everyone, my name is Juan Carlos. Welcome to Desayogi. So today we're going to be doing some chest openers, especially for beginners. Nowadays we can see in mostly everyone that our chest most of the time tends to close in the use of the cell phone, the use of the computer. Most of our time, like we tends to roll everything forward. So we're going to show you today a few different techniques and asanas for you to help you to get into your body, to open the chest and free the tension, especially from the neck and the shoulders. So we're going to be using today chair. We're going to be using a couple of bolsters or blankets that you might find. If you have an extra yoga mat or the same yoga mat that you have, we're going to roll it. We're going to also use it. And if you have some blocks, we're going to be using them for sure. So let's get ready, find your props, and let's begin to open the chest physically and open the heart spiritually.
Before we get started, if you enjoy this video and find it helpful, please give it a like. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe and don't forget to click the bell so that you are notified when the new videos are uploaded. Now let's get started.
Okay, so we're going to begin with simple. Most of the time when we're using the block, we're going to try to get in the middle of our scapulas. So I will count maybe around like 3 to 4 fingers from our cervical severn, you know, like that part of the neck which is mostly to the outside. I would measure that and I will count around like 3 to 4 fingers. What we do want is that the block, like we are trying to feed our shoulder blades into the block. So we will take a blanket and a block. A blanket to make it softer on the edges. Depends. If you have a foam block, maybe it might be easier. So, and less painful. So we're going to take the block. We're going to place, as I really want to make sure also where are the edges, I will open my blanket properly. And I will just find my way to be in the block. If some of you have like a way too much arch in the neck, we will just find a second blanket to put it on the head. I will show that in a moment. So I will keep your blankets on the side before getting down. I will make sure that I'm center. So I will lie down. Okay. As I'm about to lie down, I will feel where is the block. Okay, I feel where is the back, and I will just connect there, and we'll start slowly. I will bring my shoulders forward and I will just try to like roll my spine on top of the block, and I will count. I will see my hands. Okay, maybe like 3 to 4 fingers from the cervical. Basically, you want the block to be centered in your rib cage. And then the main action will be full external rotation on the hands, elbows, and shoulders, trying to fit fully the shoulder blades into the block. I'm going to show with the legs, you can even like bring your feet apart, like wider than your hip, and connect your knees together to just basically find a nice and comfortable belly. You can leave your tailbone and your buttocks and actually lengthen the sides. And from here, I'm going to roll a little bit to the back. For me, it's okay, it feels okay the neck, but for some of you might be a little bit tight in the neck and you'll feel like you cannot even breathe. In that case, we will take a blanket. Okay, most of the time you will use this soft edge towards your shoulder. Now, the idea is that you hook your shoulder blades in and that you let your shoulders roll down. So the shoulders are floating and you're really engaging the shoulder blades in. So as you're pushing the shoulder blades forward up, you are resisting with your floating ribs down to the floor. You can even use your hands and put them here in the top of your floating ribs and just breathe all the way to the top of the chest, increasing the connection of the shoulder blades. Feeling how the air is just like filling up the lungs, filling up the rib cage from the inside out. And if you feel comfortable, you can extend your legs and also use the legs and the feet to work on the shoulder blade. So it will be a full body asana. This is a beautiful chest opener. Once you feel that you are connected with all the action, we stay there. You can stay there forever, guys. So comfortable, so nice. Okay, so this will be option number one, like the lower height on the block. We bend the legs, we turn to the side, and we try to feel already what's happening. No, you can begin. Most of the time it's nice once you connect and bring that imprint into the body to feel and to start mobilizing the shoulders. Body also needs a lot of mobilization, so shoulders up, back, down, roll the shoulders forward and back. This will be slowly the idea of being in the body. We're going to change the height of the block, and we're also going to change. First I had it like this. I'm going to change it like this. More height, and now I want to increase the connection of the shoulder blades. So I want to make sure that the shoulder blades are really working a lot. Normally you can also do this for beginning your back bends, because it will put you fully into your back. Again, I will keep the blanket close for the head in case you need it. I need it also nice sometimes. So same, I'm about to lie down. I touch the block, hands in the floor, create some length in the sides of the trunk, and slowly find my way to lie down. This is a very strong one, stronger than the other one because you have more height. And we're gonna do a few things on here, this one. Instead of like putting it to the side, I want you guys to interlace your fingers to the back and hold your head, to also hold the neck and start like rolling back. So we are exactly in the center, pushing forward the shoulder blades, resisting the action with my floating ribs, and bringing my elbows back as I am lengthening my neck in that direction with my hands. So for this one, almost mandatory to keep the, so nice, the blanket, because it will help you to roll the arms from inside out and lengthen the armpit area, increasing the connection of the shoulder blades into the body, resisting fully again with the floating ribs. Once you are settled in the pose, you can extend your legs and press the heels down, vertically down. As you're vertically bringing the heels down, you are like tilting the hip, lengthening the sides of the trunk, and using the actions of the heel for the shoulder blades. Very nice. Breathing into the block, we can do some variations of the arms, full external rotation, arms back, arms up, bending the elbows to the back and touching the floor with the fingertips and rolling the arms slowly back. I had recently, a few months ago, a shoulder injury in my left shoulder, so while I'm teaching the class, I'm basically working on my shoulder. So lengthening and slowly coming back. You stay here some time. This is it's such a very deep asana that some people might find some very emotional release, because as we mentioned before, heart, we're not only opening the chest, we're opening the heart also. So don't be stressed if you feel like crying or like letting go things that might be start opening, okay? So slowly we come out of the pose. If you don't have blocks at home, for example, another option that can be really useful, and you just have your yoga mat, you will roll your yoga mat. Same situation, we're gonna take the yoga mat, we're gonna put it on the floor, and it's always nice that you put a blanket under your head when you're working, basically to just keep your head warm and don't hit it straight into the floor. So where am I gonna place the yoga mat? Exactly in the same place, okay? Remember that most of the time when we're working is not only working to release the tension of the back, but to create and balance the two pair of opposites. In this case, if I'm working and trying to work with my shoulder blades, my intelligence is in the shoulders and in the rib cage. Really nice, this one. Full external rotation, hands to the side. Well, these props here, so I'm just like moving them a little bit. Again, okay. Finding like the center of the rib cage. Full weight on, again, on the floating ribs down to the floor. As I don't have so much height and the yoga mat is quite bendy, it will just bend a little bit. It will give you access more to the hip area, and it will give you more access to the shoulders, depending on the level of your, the length of your shoulders. Full external rotation, shoulders to the back, lengthening the neck, pressing the front body towards the back body. Breathing fully, opening your rib cage fully. We stay there forever, so nice. Then once you feel settled, just bring your feet away. You can squeeze your legs like in Supta Tadasana, like Supta lying down, Tadasana, main standing pose. You can join your toes and use your whole legs to work on your chest. Beautiful one. And then your legs coming out of the asana, rolling to the side. Again, every time you're working and coming up, okay, feeling how all that is affecting your chest and how that increases the connection with your shoulder blades. Next prop. This is a beautiful one that in yoga we call bolster, cross bolsters. If by any chance you have two of them, or you can have only one and maybe a group of blankets or towels, we're gonna do it like this. One bolster in the bottom, horizontal, and another one vertical. Again, what we want to be is like around here, on the edge of the bolster is where we're gonna place our shoulder blades, scapula. Again, I will put the blanket if I need it. I know this one is quite nice because you can see there is like not much height. So I will just basically open my blanket to don't have my hair straight into the yoga mat. You know, we don't want to lose the hair. You know, with the yoga mat, it can pull the hair, so easy like that. So this is quite of a long bolster. I will sit in the bolster, again, lifting, tilting the pelvis, lengthening the back from the lower back, connecting with the edge of the bolster and rolling back. The lower bolster will be like around my belly. So like the center of my belly button will be like in the center of the bolster. I push a little bit back to really bring the skin of the shoulder blades away from the head. Tuck it in, broadening the collarbones. Oh, so nice. This is comfortable, guys. Before the block wasn't so comfortable compared to this one. Always nice on this one to bring a belt to hook the legs, and then that will put you even to sleep. Really nice. Again, pushing the front body towards the back body. Opening fully into cross bolster, being aware of the work of the heels to open the chest. Few deep breaths. For learning purposes, I just have to get out of here soon. If not, I will stay. Okay, cross bolsters, really beautiful. And the last one that I want to show you guys is how to do that with a chair. So we have the two bolsters, we have the blanket. I'm gonna take the yoga mat. This is a great yoga mat because, again, I want to find some, probably you have some like wooden chairs or different chairs at home. I will put it on top of this one. Let's do it like this. Okay. So, I will just go in to the chair, and this is a variation of Setubandha Sarvangasana, one of the asanas that we normally do most of the time in yoga. So I will use this edge of the chair to hook my sacrum. I will bend my legs, and again, shoulder blades into the body, fully, try to get the edge of them, and I can interlace my fingers and hold my head first, full external rotation to really open the back, and I will stay there for some time. So the main work on this asana will be how to resist the action in the floating ribs while you're lengthening and increasing the connection of the shoulder blades. So you can stay here. Really nice also to prepare for back bending. To relaxing the head as the head is hanging, it's receiving like really nice and fresh blood. Once you are setting the pose, you can extend the legs. You can do this also to the wall and press the heels to the wall. And once you find that you're also lengthening the neck, I want you guys to extend your arms. Keep on lengthening the neck and slowly play with bringing the chin away by pulling. Like imagine that you're pulling the skin from the chest and from the stomach away. And look into your hands, increasing the connection of the heels. Again, arm variation. Arms to the back, like cactus pose, really nice. More connection into the shoulder blades. Cactus, you can even hold your shoulders again to open the skin of the back and open. And stay there. Visualize also that you're like pulling your arms away from your body to just open all the fascia and the muscle from the sternum bone. I just felt to keep my legs bended because I'm really working on my front part of the body. And then slowly to come back, I will bring my head towards my chest. Slowly use the chair to lift up and round the back, and this is a really powerful one, very deep. So you can just take some time to do the opposite and then balance the action, pressing the top part of the chair, pulling, first pressing to increase the connection of the shoulder blades, and then pulling to really lift up the chest as much as you can. And then you will slowly come out of the chair. One more, guys, because I just felt this is really nice. Take your block, now that we're using the chair and just coming out of the chair. Elbows into the chair. Bring your knees, tuck your toes, and slowly bring your head down as you are like opening fully the chest, pressing the block to increase the external rotation of the arms, lengthening fully the sides of the trunk. And guys, breathing fully here as you're opening the chest. A lot of exhalation, like focus, especially by this time that you really want to open on the exhalation. Full exhalation and let the inhalation to come. Full exhalation to really get deeper into that action to opening fully the chest. Inhalation happening as a consequence of the work of the exhalation. Okay, guys, you have a lot of different options to work and opening the chest. Hopefully, after doing this practice, you will feel more energized, more open, more loving. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.